Hi, guys.
I'm V.
And I'm Sue. And today we want you to let us know, was this boyfriend controlling or truly concerned? My boyfriend called the cops because of the content of my book, but he wants me to think it was a mistake. How do we move past this? I, 24 female, have been working on my book trilogy for years since I was 16. The book is how I met my boyfriend, John, 24 male. We met at some writing class 3 years ago and hit it off. John went to university for journalism and creative writing, but is not working in either field. I never intended to make money from my work, but I do. It's not my main profession though. Context out of the way, here's where things get weird. I asked John if he could read certain chapters and give notes on things to change or adapt. My usual beta reader was unavailable. Without giving too much away, the MC gets kidnapped and experimented on. It was written to be grotesque and horrifying. And I told John this before he started reading. He said he'd be fine. Well, I find out he made a call to the local police department because the description sounded too real. And there was non consensual stuff in the chapter. Not say the experimentation was not consented to be the MC. Huh. I'm guessing it was so good that he called the cops. Girl, you can sell. Okay. He didn't tell me he made the call. I found out because an officer came to my door the next morning for a welfare check. What? Who does that? Okay. I was humiliated. I explained everything immediately and they checked the house, saw nothing, and eventually apologized for the confusion. When I confronted John, he apologized and tried to say the story got in his head. He said it was a mistake and that I should understand how someone could get worried given the content. He wants me to just drop it. I am so fucking embarrassed and honestly really creeped out. My writing is dark, but I've been publishing for years and he's read my material before. This was honestly not even the darkest, most fucked up thing I've written. I don't know if this is something we can work through or this is a sign of deeper issues. I genuinely can't imagine why he'd call the cops if he was so disturbed, but also stayed at my place and be all lovey and cuddly. Could this be an honest to God mistake? And how do we move forward? One edit. When I say he made a mistake, I'm referring to calling the police as a misjudgment on his end, not that he literally didn't mean to call the police. I'm guessing because the comments said something about that. Okay, we're gonna read the comments and then we'll give our 2 cents on this one. Someone said, has your boyfriend got any writing credits at all outside of university? I'm really leaning towards him being jealous of you. Calling the cops on you over fictional work is unexcusable and is frankly going to be the start of more instances like this. OP said he's never worked in journalism or the writing field, though not for lack of trying. He was in the top 2 candidates at some publishing firm, but didn't get the job and crashed mentally afterward. He does write in his spare time, but he doesn't post any of it online. He also really struggled with his third year final project, had to write 5,000 to 15,000 words. He would constantly comment on the length of my first book, but I didn't think too much of it. But now I'm second guessing everything. Now, other people added to this thread and said, okay, OP, out of pure curiosity, how long is this book? Because in my opinion, and I could be totally wrong here, but a creative writing and journalist major shouldn't be struggling to write 10,000 words. And then OP said, I'm currently 8 chapters in of 18 for my book, for my first book in trilogy. So far, I'm at just over 100,000 words. Haha. So she's good. She's a good writer. And then someone said, responding to the whole jealousy comment, dude is majorly insecure. This whole thing reads like jealousy, trying to get the upper hand by knocking you down, peg to make himself feel better because he's comparing his abilities to yours and jealous that you have more talent. Please leave him. People like this don't get better. Don't believe it if he tells you. Supportive and loving partners do not act this way. And then another comment that received response from OP, giving some extra details. What precisely was he worried about? Please ask him that if he hasn't explained already. Did he think you would do evil experiments? I'm confused on what on earth he thought cops would accomplish. OP responded, he said he was concerned that I was processing something, though my writing and he through my writing, and he knows my childhood. I wasn't abused or anything, but my dad was just kind of an asshole, which is why he called the cops. Basically, he was worried I had hid some horrific abuse from him, and he wanted a paper trail. I don't even know if I believe him, but that's what he said. Wait, paper trail, what is, insinuating that like she would accuse him of something like that, of abusing her? This dude crossed so many lines. Yeah. Okay.
How did he go up to her and talk about her?
Now somebody gave some good details about what they think about her post, about her comment. Oh, shit. This man is more concerned with generating a police report to use against you in the future than he is for your health. If he genuinely cared, he could have had a conversation with you, spoke to other people who care about you, or arranged for you to see a psychiatrist, which would also have generated paper trail too. Literally, the only reason to do this is control. He is showing that he has power over you and banking on get out of jail free card for future use because he hopes to point to his police report and say this proves she's crazy, so she hit me first or anything like that. Also, the amount of lying involved here is pretty telling. He lied to the police, saying he was concerned when he wasn't, and pretending not to know about this when you had pre-warned him. He lied to you by not telling you he had called the police on you, and then by saying it was a mistake. Right? This was an opportunistic act of calculated control by someone who either doesn't understand or at least doesn't care for your feelings. Get the fuck out of there. You are not safe with this man. And might I say that I have to agree with her? Like, okay, I recently listened to someone say, you have to watch out because sometimes you look at somebody else's cup and you're like, oh, do you have enough? But when they look at your cup, they're like, do you have more than I do? And in this case, I'm thinking, could this be the situation where he's looking at her cup, do you have more than I do? Yeah. And he's looking at her as competition. And the point, you know, the comment that she made, the first comment that she made about his career not going well, him losing and taking it really hard, could this be something that's like hitting him, the fact that she's making it, but he's not, you know?
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah. Have you ever been in a...
And that happens really often in relationships where the other person doesn't like sees the other person's potential and they get jealous over that. And then they don't know how to handle it in a healthy way. So they resort to other things outside and doing stuff, outrageous things like that, and not communicating with their partner. Because, you know, it's just a matter of perspective. You can sit down with your partner and be like, hey, can I learn from you? Like, you know, because
what did you do right? What did you do right? I'm trying to see.
What's your sauce?
What's your sauce?
Like, give me some of that.
Obviously, she's way more relaxed than he is.
Definitely.
He seems intense. I listen, for someone who's like in the writing field, I can tell you myself that you cannot write something that feels genuine and enhanced and unique and like attractive if you're stuck on these negative feelings that are trapped. You're trapped in those negative feelings. It's like dancing. It's like dancing. You have to be free so that you can dance to your best, you know? And I feel like he's lacking a lot of flexibility in those bones.
Yeah. It's a lot of creative act too,
Yeah.
because you have to come within yourself and
Yeah.
based on your own experience, then you convey it. And yeah.
I mean, he did come in third place, which means that he had the potential, but maybe it wasn't there because remember, she said that he kept complaining about the word count. Listen, when it comes to writing, it's not about, as a writer, it ain't about the word count. You worry about the word count when you're done doing your creative work. But the fact that he was immediately worried about that, it shows, okay, he has potential in the field, but is it his passion?
Yeah.
And maybe what he envies most about her is the greatness that it has become, but not the process that you have to go through to get there, you know? Jeez.
Yeah. Some people are not willing to do that process and then be like, oh, but why is this happening? Well, you haven't tried. Like, what?
You guys let us know in the comments, have you had a relationship where you felt like your partner was competing with you or you felt like you were at that point? We're not judging here. As long as you've grown from it, that's what counts. Let us know in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Let us know.
Bye. Hello, V.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.